Welcome to Chapter 3 of the Intermediate Spintronics series. In this chapter, we'll study spin-orbit torque, the next-generation technology that overcomes STT-MRAM challenges. SOT uses in plane current through a heavy metal layer to control magnetization in an adjacent magnetic layer. The three-terminal structure enables ultra-fast switching and high endurance. Spin-orbit torque arises in heavy metal ferromagnet bilayers. When in plane current flows through the heavy metal, two mechanisms generate spin accumulation. The bulk spin-Hall effect creates perpendicular spin current. The interfacial Rasch-Bedelstein effect creates spin accumulation at the interface. Both contribute to torque on the magnetic layer's magnetization, enabling current-controlled switching. The spin-Hall effect in heavy metals is the primary source of SOT. Spin-dependent scattering deflects spin-up and spin-down electrons in opposite transverse directions. This creates a spin current perpendicular to the charge current, with spin polarization perpendicular to both. The spin-Hall angle theta sh quantifies the conversion efficiency. Tungsten has the largest magnitude at about 0.3. The Rasch-Bedelstein effect provides additional spin accumulation at the heavy metal ferromagnet interface. The asymmetric interface potential creates Rashba spin-orbit coupling. When current flows, it shifts the Fermi circle in K-space, creating net spin polarization. Combined with the bulk spin-Hall effect, this interfacial contribution enhances total SOT efficiency. This visualization shows spin current generation for different heavy metals. With charge current along X, spin current flows along Z with spin polarization, along Y the arrow size scales with spin-Hall angle magnitude. Tungsten produces the largest spin current. Note that tungsten and tantalum have negative spin-Hall angles, meaning their spin polarization is opposite to platinum. SOT has two orthogonal components. The field-like torque acts as an effective magnetic field parallel to the spin polarization, causing magnetization precession. It mainly originates from the Rashba effect. The damping-like torque rotates magnetization toward the spin direction, directly driving switching. It mainly comes from the spin-Hall effect. For switching, the damping-like torque is most important. Both torque components vary with magnetization direction. For fixed spin polarization along Y, the torque magnitudes oscillate as magnetization rotates. The field-like and damping-like components are always perpendicular to each other and to the magnetization. Understanding this angular dependence is essential for designing switching schemes and interpreting experimental measurements. For perpendicular magnetized films, pure SOT cannot deterministically select up or down states due to symmetry. The solution requires symmetry breaking. Four main methods exist: applying an external in-plane field for laboratory studies, using exchange bias from an antiferromagnet for built-in field, engineering tilted anisotropy through structure design, or using interlayer coupling with synthetic antiferromagnets. These simulations demonstrate SOT switching with different symmetry-breaking fields. With zero in-plane field, magnetization oscillates but doesn't switch deterministically. Adding even a small in-plane field breaks the symmetry. The traces shown are conceptual illustrations. A non-zero in-plane field, such as 0.1 Tesla, breaks the symmetry and makes deterministic switching possible. This shows why practical SOT devices need symmetry breaking. SOT efficiency is measured using harmonic Hall techniques. By applying AC current and measuring first and second harmonic Hall voltages, we can extract both damping-like and field-like torque contributions. The angle dependence separates the two components. Measurements at 0 degrees extract damping-like torque, while 90 degrees extracts field-like torque. This technique is standard for SOT characterization. SOT-MRAM uses a three-terminal structure. The heavy metal right line at the bottom carries horizontal right current generating SOT. The MTJ stack on top is used only for reading via TMR. This separation of read and write paths is the key advantage. Write current flows horizontally through the heavy metal, never passing through the tunnel barrier, eliminating reed disturb and barrier degradation. Comparing SOT-MRAM and STT-MRAM reveals clear trade-offs. SOT-MRAM has separated read-write paths, demonstrated sub-nanosecond switching, projected endurance beyond 10 to the 15th cycles, and no read disturb. STT-MRAM has a simpler two-terminal structure and smaller cell size. SOT-MRAM is better for cache replacement, requiring speed and endurance. STT-MRAM suits storage applications, prioritizing density. Analyzing SOT-MRAM switching characteristics shows material impact. Tungsten enables lower critical current density than platinum due to its larger spin Hall angle. Switching times below 1 nanosecond are achievable. Write energy per bit for a cell of this size works out in the femtojoule range in the model calculation. For a 50 nanometer MTJ, typical parameters are critical current density, around 5 times 10 to the 10th amps per square meter. Exchange bias provides field-free SOT switching by coupling the free layer to an antiferromagnet. The antiferromagnet creates a built-in exchange bias field that breaks symmetry. Simulations illustrate current polarity-dependent dynamics under exchange bias, with positive and negative currents driving the magnetization in opposite directions. No external magnet is needed, making the device compact and compatible with standard CMOS integration. Another field-free approach tilts the magnetic easy axis away from perpendicular. Even a few degrees of tilt provides sufficient symmetry breaking. The simulations show that with zero tilt the symmetry is unbroken, while a tilt of 5 to 15 degrees breaks the symmetry and can enable deterministic switching. This can be achieved through wedge-shaped deposition, composition gradients, or patterning-induced anisotropy modification. Several other field-free approaches exist. Competing anisotropies combine perpendicular and in-plane shape anisotropy. Novel materials like tungsten ditelluride can generate out-of-plane spin polarization directly. Type Z SOT from low-symmetry crystals breaks symmetry intrinsically. Spin-orbit precession switching uses transient dynamics. Exchange bias remains most mature, while novel materials show exciting potential. Comparing materials for SOT applications reveals important trends. Topological insulators like bismuth, selenide reach efficiencies of order 1 or more, far above conventional metals, but carry impractically high resistivity. Whale semimetals offer intermediate performance with good balance. Conventional tungsten provides reliable efficiency around 0.3 with manageable resistivity, making it the current commercial baseline. Material selection depends on specific application requirements. This Python simulation solves the LLG equation with SOT for different symmetry-breaking fields. The code implements the effective anisotropy field and damping-like SOT term. Running simulations for increasing in-plane field shows the transition from symmetric oscillation to deterministic switching. This computational approach helps understand device design requirements. Let's summarize Chapter 3. SOT originates from two mechanisms, spin-Hall effect and Rasch-Bedelstein effect. The torque has field-like and damping-like components with different functions. Symmetry breaking is required for perpendicular switching. SOT-MRAM offers faster switching and higher endurance than STT-MRAM through its three-terminal structure. Field-free switching methods enable practical devices. In the final chapter, we'll explore cutting-edge topics in spintronics research. We'll learn about antiferromagnetic spintronics enabling terahertz operation, topologically protected magnetic skymions, two-dimensional magnetic materials, and topological spintronics exploiting exotic quantum effects. These represent the future directions of the field. Let's continue to Chapter 4.